Oh, but the BLM riots. The left was all in favor of the riots and the burning during BLM, so that makes this okay. I'm glad Democrats have finally come around to being against violence in rallies and protests. What serious candidate held a rally at a BLM protest and then told the crowd to go march down to the courthouse and threaten the lawmakers? Did I miss this? That's problem number one. What candidate has gotten up and called the rioters very fine people? My position on BLM is the same that it always has been. Arrest anybody who commits arson. Arrest anybody that incited those people to commit arson, that told them to go out and burn shit. Throw them all in jail. But BLM as a whole continues to get to protest because they have a constitutional right to. My position now, arrest the people that stormed the Capitol, all of them. Arrest the people that incited those people to go storm the Capitol. I'm sorry that includes your favorite president, but it does. That doesn't mean that the Republican Party no longer gets to hold any rallies, no longer gets to hold any protests. Just because you had a few idiots out there causing violence and a few more idiots out there encouraging those people to cause violence doesn't mean I want to break up the entire Republican Party. The same way that just because BLM had a few bad actors and a few people out there committing violence doesn't mean you get to break up all of BLM. Perfectly consistent to me. Whether you agree or disagree with them, and I disagree with Republicans on plenty, just like my conservative viewers disagree with BLM, doesn't remove their right to protest. But the ones who descend into violence, the ones who descend into anarchy, the ones who encourage that dissent, yeah, arrest them. And I've been consistent on that. My question to the conservatives who are excusing Trump and his supporters now is, why the hell aren't you consistent on it? Also, obviously, speaking from a former military background, if the CIA went over to a foreign country and burned down a gas station, it would be bad. That country would be pissed. That country might take some actions against the United States. If the CIA went over to a foreign country and took over their legislative building to try to stop them from counting ballots and electing a president, that would be called a fucking coup. You see how these two things are just a little bit different? Slightly different scale here? That doesn't mean that it's okay to burn down a gas station. Just like when you stub your toe, it fucking hurts. But if you give me a choice between a stubbed toe and somebody getting stabbed in the neck, it seems pretty obvious which one I should look at a lot more seriously to me. And that's why, because this one folds into the next one, the Capitol is just a building, I think the whole country is sacred, is a bunch of bullshit. It's just a way to hand wave this away. Even if you want to assume that the Capitol is just concrete and stone and marble, and it doesn't matter. Okay, well then the gas station is concrete. Probably not stone and marble so much, but it's still concrete and just a building. But the entire presidential line of succession was there. In other words, everybody else that can become president if Trump is not able to be president. You had the vice president, you had the Speaker of the House, you had the Senate majority leaders. Everybody down the chain of command. And again, if we send the military over to a foreign country and we kidnap a gas station manager, that's not okay. But if we send the military over to a foreign country and kidnap the vice president, the heads of both of their legislative branches, and all of their lawmakers, because we didn't like their election results, that's a fucking coup. That doesn't make taking the gas station attendant okay, but it's a whole magnitude of difference